We welcome you to Wichita, Kansas, and to the quarterfinals of the NBC World Series. Today, the Foresters will play their first elimination game of the tournament as they will take on the Lonestar Kraken. Well, I'm Hunter Shoemaker, and we welcome you to X Stadium. Thanks for joining us on the Foresters Radio Network. Well, the road so far for the Foresters, they have been perfect in bracket play. They entered today 3-0 with the Lonestar Kraken, their first opposition in the knockout stage. Currently warming up on the hill will be Nick Abraham. Abraham picks up his fourth start of the season. So far, he has pitched 17 innings, given up just 3 earned runs. He has walked only 2, struck out 17, a 3-0 record, and a 1.59 ERA. He has been sensational for Santa Barbara on the hill. The Stars are wearing their blue tops, white bottoms, and the Santa Barbara will be the designated home team, so they will be on defense first. Let's take a look at the Santa Barbara defense. Easton Mumma will be at third. Sawyer Farr is at short. Xavier Esker is at second. Caden Miller is at first. There is a change in the catcher spot. Vince Gambardella will get the start behind the plate. Nick Paul will be in left. Terrence Kill is in center, and Brenton Clark out in right. So for the Lonestar Kraken, JT Simonelli will stroll to the plate. The Kraken, wearing purple tops and white bottoms, will be the designated away team and will bat first in the opening inning. First knockout game of the season for Santa Barbara. Right around 80 degrees, much cooler compared to the last couple of days. Abraham winds up the first pitch. It is a fastball lifted into center field. Terrence Kill is going to have to move back probably about 20 paces. Camps out under it. 1 pitch and 1 out. The fly out to center, and Simonelli is taken care of. There's a lot of delay last night with 2 games being postponed, being played this morning. This game was supposed to start at noon local time, got pushed back to 1, and then with the 2 games going long, first pitch a little bit after 1:40 local time. So here's the next batter. The pitch will be a fastball in the outside corner from Abraham, 0-1. It's Chase Pendley at the plate. Just underway, no score, bases clear, 1 out. Here's the pitch. It is a slider located low in the zone for a strike, and Abraham quickly filling up the zone. He's ahead 0-2. Here's the strike 2 pitch. A swing and a miss on the high fastball, and just like that, Abraham, 2 quick outs to start this game. Abraham just picked up his 18th strikeout of the season through 17 2/3. Been so fun to watch him pitch. After the last game for the Foresters was a bullpen day, which was lights out. A full start for Abraham after it was Zach James and A.J. Crodell got the first 2 starts. I should say the first full starts. Now Josh Livingston, the pitch, is a changeup on the outside corner, strike 1. Livingston hits from the left side against the right-handed pitcher, Nick Abraham. 2 out, bases clear. Here comes the 0-1. And another changeup misses this away this time at the knees. Evens the count at 1. Win or go home. Whoever wins this game on to the semifinals tomorrow. With 2 out. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball swing and miss. Strike 2. Nick Abraham, right-handed pitcher, plays for Tennessee. And the volunteer working from the first base side of the hill, looking for a clean start to his outing. A long hold, fires the 1-2 pitch to Livingston. He just rolls it towards the first base dugout, stays alive. The Kraken house on the first base side of the park this afternoon. Ball and 2 strikes. No one aboard, 2 down. Abraham, 1-2. The pitch, fastball up, 2-2. Santa Barbara's last game was on the 29th. And the first round bye yesterday, 5-0 win over the Lonestar Collegiate baseball team. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Fantastic start for Abraham. Picks up 2 Ks and through a half, no score. Forester bats up next.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Through a half inning, no score from X Stadium on the campus of Wichita State. Here's the lineup for Santa Barbara. Xavier Esker will lead off, then Cole Chamberlain, the DH. Batting third, Easton Mumaw, and Brenton Clark will be in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth, Terrence Kill. Batting sixth, Mick Paul. Sawyer Farr will be then next, batting seventh. Vince Gambardella out of the eighth spot, and Cade Miller will bat ninth for the Santa Barbara Foresters. They're facing a right-hander standing at 6'6", 165. The lengthy right-hander winds up the first pitch. Here it is a slider for a strike on Xavier Esker. Esker, Chamberlain, Mumaw scheduled for Santa Barbara. Esker this term is hitting 375. Here's the next pitch. Fastball up, 1-1. The on-base percentage for X, 615. He has been fantastic in this NBC World Series. Scoreless game just underway, bottom of 1. Here's the pitch. Slider on the outside corner, 1-2. The Foresters, perfect 3-0 through group play. They were in Group C, winning the group. Here comes a strike 2 pitch, a check swing on a fastball away. Evens the count at 2. The Lonestar Kraken got into the quarterfinals by taking down TPA Texas yesterday in 7. Here's the 2-2. It's popped up behind the plate and into the top level of seats on the second row. And it's 2-2. After Esker will be Chamberlain and Mumaw. Foresters looks to jump out to an early lead, as which they have done consistently throughout this tournament and season. Right now, a 2-2 pitch, called strike 3 on the outside edge. Esker will look at a fastball. Couple of words to the home plate umpires. He has to retreat to the third base dugout. 1 away. Esker retired. And on the year, Kendall Hoffman, the lengthy right-hander for the Kraken. In terms of what he did collegiately with Houston, pitched 35 innings, a 1-1 record, 5.4 ERA. Takes care of Esker, now Chamberlain. The pitch, fastball high in the zone for a strike. If any team that the Foresters have faced so far, the Kraken, based off what they've done on paper, their toughest opponent. 1 away, scoreless game, and the base is clear. Here's a 1-0, rather an 0-1. Changeup misses away to the left-handed bat of Chamberlain. Ball and a strike. Chamberlain, this tournament, has gone 1 for 10. Looking to heat up the lumber. Here's the pitch. And the 1-1 is located with a fastball for strike 2. Does have a walk to his name. He's also been hit by a couple of pitches. He has to shorten up with 1 out, base is clear. Here's a strike 2 pitch, is lined and into right field for a base hit. Chamberlain, a 1 out knock, his second hit of this tournament. Well done from Chamberlain. First man aboard of the ball game for either side. 1 on, 1 out. Scoreless game, bottom of 1. That's going to bring up East Muma. Another man to hit from the left side against the starting right-hander, Hoffman. Easton is, well, doing what Easton has done throughout this entire season. He's hitting .538 through the first 3 games. He's gone 7 for 13. Also leads the team in runs batted in. There's been a couple of checks on Chamberlain at first base. Not the biggest runner on the team, but enough for Hoffman to throw 2 over first base on 2 occasions. Still waiting the first pitch to Easton. Here it comes. Fastball is located away at the belt. Ball 1. As the starting pitcher, rather, Hoffman takes a moment. He's working from the first base side of the bump. There's a steady breeze blowing in from right field, rather a pretty big breeze. Here's the next pitch, and it is lined and caught by the second baseman. They're doubling up Chamberlain, who is halfway to second base on the hard hit ball straight to Chase Pendley at second. Makes the play and doubles up Chamberlain at first after the single. And just like that, Kendall Hoffman just has to face 3. The double play, and we're through 1 scoreless game in Wichita. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just 1 stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com. On to the second scoreless game between the Santa Barbara Foresters and the Kraken. Comes the first pitch from Nick Abraham as it's lined into left center field. Terrence Kill won't be able to get there, and a lead-off single for Preston Curtis. And the Kraken have their first hit and their first base runner. Abraham went quick through 1, Cade 2. He gives up the first hit of the ball game. A leadoff single starts the second. So Curtis is aboard to bring up Ethan Ho to hit from the right side against Abraham. Caden Miller holds onto the man at first. Muma at third, playing in a fraction. Here's the pitch. Fastball is chopped outside third. Strike 1. For the Kraken, playing in their 5th game this tournament. For the Foresters, of course, they had the first round bye, but Lonestar able to explode for a quick victory in 7 innings over TPA Texas yesterday. 0-1 is a slider in there for a strike, 0-2. this tournament for Ho. He's gone 3 for 12. Trying to capitalize on a leadoff single. But he's behind 0-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball up, 1-2. After Ho will be Jax Marshall for the Kraken, and Abraham takes a moment and gets his first appearance of this NBC tournament. He's ahead, 1-2. Man at first base. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No. On the appeal down to the first base umpire. 2-2. Really good take from Ethan Ho as that massive American flag beyond the right field fence blowing straight into the plate. It's 2-2. Here's the pitch. Lined and straight to Muma at third. Can they double him up at first? Yes, they can. A 5-3 double play, and just after the Forsters lined into a DP, it was actually Easton Muma. He will return the favor, making the play at third base, slings it over to Miller to double up Curtis, who had the leadoff single. Double him up for the second out, and the base is now clear, 2 down in the second. No score. The away half of the second frame to bring up Jax Marshall. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down the middle, 0-1. Abraham's ahead in the count. Here's the next pitch. It's another fastball straight down the chute, 0-2. Nick's working quick now from the first base side of the hill. But 2 out, the 0-2 pitch is called strike 3. The slider on the outside corner. And Abraham, with some good defense, works around a leadoff single. We're through 1.5, scoreless between the Kraken and the Foresters.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
On to the bottom of the second. The Santa Barbara Foresters, while Brenton Clark, Terrence Kill, Mick Paul scheduled. Brenton currently stands in. First pitch is foul back, halfway up the screen, directly behind the plate. 0-1. Brenton gets his first look at Kendall Hoffman, again, the very lengthy 6'6" right-hander. Middle infielder's playing very deep. Here's an 0-1. Fastball is down, evens the count. 4, 5, and 6. Chamberlain did have a 1-out knock, got doubled up at first base. Here comes the pitch to Brenton, and he will saw it off on top of the third base dugout for strike 2. So far this tournament for Clark, he's gone 3 for 12. Had a nice game last time out. But right now, a 1-2 pitch is a slider away. 2-2. Brenton in the last game, a bunt single, which he's been known to do, and also a triple. Here's the pitch, and called strike 3, the fastball on the outside half. Clark will go down looking. 1 out in the second. That's the second K for Kendall Hoffman. Both Ks so far have been looking. With no one on, one away, Terrence Kill comes to the plate. He hits from the right side against the right-hander Hoffman. Here's the pitch. Takes a slider for a strike, 0-1. TK has gone 2 for 7. He also has 3 walks to his name. Also a sacrifice fly to bring home a run. As the 0-1 pitch is rolled over to short, ranging to his left, and a silky play by the shortstop by Lauterbach. That ball was hit pretty close to second, and the shortstop side of the bag. Shortstop fields it. A really nice play to retire Terrence Kill, 2 out in the second. So no one on, 2 down. That's going to bring up Mick Paul. This tournament, Paul has gone 2 for 10. But notably, a home run in the right center field in one of the earlier games of the group stage, and also a double, which nearly left the yard in itself. First pitch missed away. It's 1-0 with 2 out, bases clear. Scoreless game, bottom of 2. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, actually just taps it back behind the plate, but it is 1-1. Should Paul reach, Sawyer Farr, who's coming off a sensational game, is on deck. Remember, the wind's blowing straight into the plate out of right field. Here's the pitch, and the fastball on the outside corner, strike 2. And especially against the lefties, the fastball has been located perfectly by Hoffman. He's also thrown in a couple changeups. What will he go to here? He's ahead 1-2. A long hold on the hill for the starter. Here's the pitch, and a changeup on the outside edge, and Paul will go down looking. Third strikeout of the day for Hoffman, and we're through 2. Scoreless between Lonestar and Santa Barbara.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
On to the third. Nick Abraham remains on the hill. Here comes the first pitch, the number 7 batter. The fastball will miss away to the right-handed batter. It's Kenner Lauterbach. He's made a nice play at short already. It's 1-0. Scoreless game, top of 3. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball is tapped off the barrel on a check swing and rolls over to the third base on deck circle. 1-1. Both starters have looked exceptional today. through 2. Both men have just allowed a single hit. Here's the pitch. There's a slider fouled off to the right. Now to play 1-2. Lauterbach, Roberty, and then Bergnon will be scheduled for the Lonestar Kraken, their bottom 3. It's 1-2. Abraham deals the pitch and swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Abraham, 1 away in the 3rd. Nix looked real solid. Picks up his 4th K, and the strikeout starts the 3rd. Last time we saw Nick Abraham is he'll deal the first pitch to the number 8 batter. Change-ups on the outside edge, 0-1. Nick went 6. Quality start, picked up the win against the Menlo Park Legends on the 18th. So it's been quite a while since we've seen Abraham well rested. Next pitch is tapped towards first, 0-2. Roberty, who hits from the left side, quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Nick from the first base side of the hill winds up the 0-2 pitch, is chopped on 2 hops over to Easton Mumaw, playing in the hole, throw in time, and 2 out in the 3rd. Mumaw, the third baseman, makes a good plays throughout the season, cutting off balls that are going into the hole on the left side of the infield. Nice play by Easton. So with 2 down in a scoreless game, we're in the top of the 3rd. Brings up the number 9 batter, Major Bergnon. Here comes the first pitch from Abraham. It is a slider, bends its way, front doors it for strike number 1. Here comes the next pitch. Goes to a fastball low in the zone. Called strike on a check swing, and Nick Abraham once again ahead 0-2. Looking for some quick work in the 3rd. With 2 down, the strike 2 pitch. Check swing, but that ball is fair down the first base line. Miller comes in and will just put the tag on the runner and will touch first base for good measure. But the side is retired. Abraham picks up his 4th K. Some good work by the infield, and we're through 2.5. Scoreless between the Kraken and the Foresters. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
On to the bottom of the 3rd. Thanks for joining us on the Foresters Radio Network. Scoreless as Sawyer Farr will see a first pitch strike. First pitch missing away on a changeup from Kendall Hoffman. Ball 1. The switch hitter hits from the left side in the first knockout game that the Foresters play in this NBC. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, 1-1. Farr's coming off arguably one of, if not the best game of the summer for the shortstop. Leads off the bottom of the third, scoreless game. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball away, ball 2. Sawyer had a home run in the second, a rule book double in the fourth, and an RBI double in the sixth. Fantastic work, and here comes a 2-1. Swing and a foul back towards the backstop, 2-2. It's going to be Sawyer Farr, Vince Gambardella, Caden Miller scheduled in this inning. That is 7, 8, and 9. The winner of this game will move on tomorrow into the semifinals, and they'll play the winner of the San Diego Stars and the Hayes Larks, the defending NBC champs. Right now it's 2-2 for Farr. Longer hold on the hill for Kendall Hoffman. The pitch, fastball away, full count. Remember the wind pushing hard in from right for any left-handed batters to pull side. You have a massive fan coming into your face. Hoffman's going to step off and reassess. Bottom of the third, and both teams have just one hit that was erased when both sides lined into a double play. And now Farr's going down to first base, and they're saying a pitch clock violation. And the manager coming out of Lonestar dugout saying what happened. They gave Farr ball 4 on the violation by the pitcher, so it's a leadoff walk for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Hoffman was a little bit confused on why he was giving ball down to Farr, and they check on Farr, and Farr just got picked off of first base. So the leadoff walk, and he was caught sleeping. He has a few words with the first base umpire. He is picked off. Kendall Hoffman, fantastic pickoff move. Farr, who just reached base, gets picked off. So 1 away, and the base is clear in the third. That's going to bring up to the plate Vince Gambardella. Here's the pitch, as Vince will take a fastball for a strike, hitting from the left side. Great to see Gambardella get the start today, and a little bit of a changeup for Bill Pintard. With Cole Chamberlain and Zane Becker, we've seen them catch a lot. Gambardella gets his first plate appearance of the tournament. 1 out, base is clear, scoreless game. The 0-1 is chopped on one hop to the third baseman. Bergnon moved in, throw in time, 2 out. Gambardella retired, and that's going to bring up Caden Miller. Very similar situation for both these starting pitchers. This Caden Miller, another man hit from the left side against the starting right-handed pitcher. Middle infielders playing very deep. Here's the first pitch. Fastball in the corner. Strike 1. The 2 middle infielders playing probably a pace deep into the outfield grass. Here's an 0-1. Fastball will miss in. Ball and a strike. And remember, it is an AstroTurf field here at X Stadium. Fantastic complex that the Foresters have been able to enjoy. Next pitch. Fastball is down. Ball 2. As there's some more and more sun creeping through this Kansas sky that was very overcast around 9 to 11 o'clock. Here's the next pitch. It is down, 3-1. Temperature has steadily increased. The high will be about 82 degrees today compared to about 95 yesterday. Still some humidity, but if you're in the sun, you're not baking. Just a warmer day. 3-1 is located, full count. Remember, Farr had a leadoff walk, was picked off before the next pitch was even thrown. Right now, with 2 out, it's 3-2. Here's the pitch as Miller will roll it over to second base. Pendley on the backhand in the hole, and the throw will be in time. Hoffman works around a leadoff walk, and through 3, we are scoreless between the Kraken and the Foresters.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We welcome you back to Wichita, Kansas. Nick Abraham has been rolling through three. Just one man to reach base. It was a leadoff single to start the second. He was then erased in a double play. So back to the top of the order. First pitch is lined and just past the first baseman. It's down into the corner. And JT Simonelli will cruise into second base. One pitch and a lead-off double for the Kraken. That ball was nearly caught by Caden Miller. Attempted to climb the ladder. Just probably needed a couple more inches down at first. And JT Simonelli starts off the fourth inning with a leadoff double. It's a scoreless game. And the Kraken, really for either side, the first man to get to second base. Batter is now Chase Penley, hit from the right side. As Abraham will step off. Penley struck out in the first. And as this is a win-or-go-home game with the Kraken, they've been able to score in bunches throughout the tournament, that is for sure. Run rule TPA Texas with 10. Same thing can be said for Santa Barbara, just who can get the bats going first. First pitch to Chase Penley will be in the dirt. It's 1-0. Corners playing in for Santa Barbara. Muma at third, Miller at first. Abraham working around a leadoff double. 1-0 the count. Here comes the pitch. Fastball is down, ball 2. And when we look forward into this game, after the bullpen game 2 days ago, you have to imagine most, if not all, the arms will be available for Santa Barbara in the late game situations. It's 2-0, man at second, nobody out, as Abraham will step off. Simonelli has had a little pitter-patter off of second base, trying to draw some attention from Abraham. Esker at second keeps a watchful eye. Here's the pitch. Is lined into right field. Slicing Clark will slide over. Makes the play. And tagging at second. Simonelli's to third. It's close. He's safe. A great throw from Brenton Clark. But Muma just didn't have enough time to slap the tag. Aggressive base running from JT Simonelli. He rolls the dice. Gets to third. On the fly out into right. So with one out, man at third base, that's going to bring up Josh Livingston. And a sac fly in play here for the Lonestar Kraken, trying to score the first run of this game. Abraham still working from the first base side of the hill. The pitch is a fastball fouled up over the screen and into the upper level seats. 0-1. Kraken looked to strike first against a very well-pitched game so far. First chance for either side to play to run. It's 0-1. The pitch, fastball away, and Gambardella, a good slide to his left. Abraham grabs the rosin bag behind the plate. Man at third, 1-1 pitch is down. Gambardella covers it up. It's ball 2 and good work from Vince. You have to figure in a game like this, after the Lonestar Kraken found the victory yesterday against the TPA Texas. Kraken able to score first, and the longer this game goes on, here's a 2-1. Swing and a miss on a changeup, 2-2. The longer this game goes on, where it's scoreless or the Kraken have a slim lead, the more it favors Lonestar. With the Forsters, they've been jumping out on teams early, haven't been accustomed to playing from behind. Abraham steps off once again with the man at third base, 1 out. Top of 4, scoreless game. We have one of the windows closed in our press box booth. You probably still even hear the wind coming through the right side window. It is humming, blowing in from right field. Now the 2-2 pitch to Livingston is popped up on the infield. Abraham is called off by Muma into foul ground, will make the play. Muma catches it 2/3 of the way down the line in foul ground, and a huge second out for the Sturs. The foul out against the number 3 batter for the second out. Simonelli remains at third, scoreless game. It's going to bring up Preston Curtis. He had the first hit of the ball game, a leadoff single into left center. He hits from the right side. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, late on a fastball, 0-1. The Forsters will have their top of the order scheduled bottom of this inning. The pitch, slider will miss down, 1-1. Can the Kraken capitalize on a leadoff double? Abraham has done well to pick up 2 outs. 1-1 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Curtis falls behind 1-2. Abraham in his 4th start with the Sturs with 2 down, a man at thirds, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. Nick Abraham works around a lead-off double and picks up his 5th K of the day. What a start for Abraham. We're through 3.5. No score.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
On to the bottom of the fourth inning. Thanks for joining us on the Foresters Radio Network. Quarterfinal action from the 91st NBC World Series. Top of the order, scheduled for the Stars. Esker, Chamberlain, Mumaw. Kendall Hoffman remains on the game, the lean right-hander. Here comes the pitch. Is chopped to the left side. Third baseman charges in, bare hands, and the throw is wide, but out at first base. Esker, one pitch, is retired. One away in bottom of 4. "53 pitches now for Kendall Hoffman. But Cole Chamberlain will now come to the plate. One away, and the base is clear. Scoreless game, bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Fastball is upstairs, ball 1. So for both sides, up until the 4th inning, there's been one hit, which was erased in a double play. Can Santa Barbara somehow crack open Kendall Hoffman? Here's the pitch, and it's tapped down foul. 1-1 for Chamberlain. Very well pitched game for both sides, as more and more sunshine creeping through these Kansas clouds. Hoffman's working from the first base side of the rubber as well. Very similar to Abraham. 1-1 pitch. Fastball away. 2-1. Chamberlain has the lone hit of the day for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Came with 1 out in the first. That's his second look at Hoffman. It's 2-1 with 1 out. The pitch is a changeup on the outside edge, evens the count. Chamberlain takes a moment, stands back in. With the wind blowing straight in from right, 2-2 pitch is a broken bat and rolled over to second base. Penley charges, tosses, 2 out in the inning. And it was just more of a splintering bat for Chamberlain, probably off the edge of the barrel. Got shattered. And Chamberlain will ground out 4-3, 2 down. Scoreless game, bottom of 4. It's going to bring up Easton Mumaw. Game where you win, you advance to the semis tomorrow. You lose, your season is over. First pitch is off the end of the bat, rolled towards the third base on deck circle. 0-1. But remember Nick Abraham, what he did in the top half of this inning. Here's the next pitch. Is foul back and Mumaw quickly behind 0-2. The leadoff double, and Nick retires the next 3. And Simonelli is stranded at third base. Could that be huge in the final outcome of this game? Strike 2 pitch is fought off and down the third baseline, slices out of play on top of the player development facility, which is a giant warehouse beyond the third base dugout and clubhouse. 2 out. No score. Bottom of 4. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Lined and off one hop in the hole for the shortstop. It's a long throw, and it was in time. What a play by Ken Lauterbach. Ranging to his right, the shortstop in the hole, and a long throw will retire Easton Mumaw. We're through 4. Just 3 hits between the two teams. Scoreless in Wichita.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569 July 1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. A registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
On to the fifth inning, brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. Finney's has a couple locations in Santa Barbara. Great place to gather before or after any Forster game or anytime. First pitch now from Abraham will be a fastball missing upstairs to Ethan Ho. Scoreless game, top of 5. Ho, Marshall, Lauterbach, 5, 6, 7 will be scheduled. Nick Abraham has allowed just 2 hits. He has struck out 5 through 4. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Ho. It's a fastball, misses upstairs, 2-0. Haven't seen Abraham fall behind 2 balls and no strikes much in this ball game. Scoreless affair. Here comes the 2-0 to the leadoff man. The pitch is just clipping the inside edge on a fastball, 2-1. Both teams have made some nice defensive plays. Clean game of baseball so far. The pitch is a slider, front doors its way in, 2-2. Ho steps back in. It's 2-2. The pitch from Abraham is a slider, called strike 3, front doored, and Ho will go down looking. 6 punch out for Abraham through 4 1/3. This point of the game, both starters have been efficient and economical. But which team is just going to be able to find a little crack in each other's starters? And we're going to have a pinch hitter already for the DH spot. Diego Gonzalez to now hit. Fouls off the first pitch. 0-1. Jax Marshall, who struck out looking, will be lifted for Gonzalez to hit from the left side. No one on, 1 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. As a slider will backdoor its way in, 0-2. And the secondary stuff for Abraham has been working. Quickly ahead, 0-2. Here comes the pitch. Change up away. Ball 1. Some early action off the bench for the Kraken. Playing the matchup game, bringing in the lefty. Here comes the 1-2 to Gonzalez. Fastball away. 2-2. With 1 out. Scoreless game. We're in the top half of the 5th. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Struck him out with the fastball, swing and a miss. And Diego Gonzalez will be retired, and back-to-back Ks for Abraham. The way this game has gone, you feel like it's just going to be that one inning for either side. That's going to be the decisive factor on who moves on to the semifinals. With 2 out, first pitch to the next batter is fluttered down the right field line and fair. That ball down into the corner. Kenner Lauterbach will dig his way to second, put on the brakes, and a 2-out double for the Kraken. 1 pitch, and Lauterbach goes the other way with it. And after Abraham K-2 to start the 5th, gives up the double. But remember, he worked around a leadoff double in the last. Otterbach aboard, and that's going to bring up Kato Roberty. Roberty at the plate, hitting from the left side. Can the Kraken break this scoreless deadlock? Here's the pitch. Change up away. Ball one. That's the second time that a double has trickled down to the right field corner. JT Simonelli had a leadoff double in the fourth. And it's second, 2-out, scoreless game. It's 1-0. Abraham will fire home. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball sprayed over the third base dugout. 1-1. And remember, the Lonestar Kraken have already had to fight their way through one elimination game. Might give us a little bit of a different feeling for Santa Barbara, as they have not played in the game like this yet this tournament. Now, will they respond to some adversity as this game gets longer? 2 out. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch. And the fastball's down. 2-1. Nick Abraham wipes off the forehead. It is a nice day. We've been talking about the temperature. Much cooler compared to the last couple of days. And a strong breeze blowing out from right. Otterbach remains at second, 2 down. It's 2-1. Here's the pitch. Change up away, ball 3. The number 9 batter's on deck. Bergnon. Abraham wants to take care of business right here. But he is behind 3-1. Gets the signs from Gambardella. 3-1 pitch is upstairs, ball 4. Kato Roberty is aboard. And after the double, Abraham gives up a 2-out walk. The first walk given up by Nick today. Here comes Bill Pintard out of the third base dugout. We see J.D. Goodcase start to lightly throw in the Forster pen. Bill Pintard, who is in the Hall of Fame with the NBC as part of the 2014 National Baseball Congress Hall of Fame. Wants to talk things over with his starter. The Forsters have won the NBC World Series 10 times, seek championship number 11. They got the first round bye by taking down another Lone Star team back in the final game of the group stage. The Lone Star Collegiate Baseball Club, who has since been eliminated. They were eliminated by the San Diego Stars earlier today. The Stars will play the Hayes Larks later on tonight for their quarterfinal matchup. But right now, conference complete, 2-on, 2-out. Here's the pitch. It's a bunt left side. Abraham's going to backhand. The throw is wide. From third base, Lauterbach is going to score on the error, and it is 1-0 Kraken. Abraham ranged off the hill, barehanded it, turned to first to throw it, and it was wide on the dugout side of first base. First blood is drawn in the fifth. Kraken lead 1-0. Runners on the corners. 2 out. And now Abraham needing to settle down. It's back to the top of the order with JT Simonelli. The pitch is up the middle, deflects off Abraham. Mumma charges in. The barehand throw is not in time. The runner from third will score. And that ball was likely going into center field, but it deflected off of Nick Abraham. Gave Mumma a chance at third. He barehanded it. It was a great effort, but late. And it is now 2-0 Lone Star Kraken. Simonelli picks up his second hit of the day, along with an RBI, and here comes Bill Pintard. As J.D. Goodcase has been warming up, and Nick Abraham, after striking out 2 to start the fifth, a double, a walk, the play, the error, which allowed the first run to come in, And it looks like it's going to go down as a base hit for Major Bergnon and then advance into second on an E1. And it's going to still remain with Abraham. Pintard back to the third base dugout. It is 2-0 Kraken. 2 on and 4 straight have reached with 2 out in the away half of the 5th. Chase Pendley is at the plate. First and second, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Fastball high in the zone for a strike. And now with the Kraken bringing home the first runs, what's going to be the response from Santa Barbara in the home half? Obviously, Abraham wants to get out of this inning, keep it 2-0. It's 0-1. And Abraham's going to step off as Esker moved in from second to maybe make a play at Bergnon, the runner at second. Winner of this game into the semifinals. 0-1 pitch is a slider, swing and a miss. And this will really test the Foresters conceding early runs. Kendall Hoffman, just like Nick Abraham, has been rolling through 4. 0-2 out, 0-2 pitch is in the dirt. Good cover by Vince Gambardella. 1-2. Four straight have all reached base in the Kraken half of the 5th. They lead 2-0. 2 out, first and second. Here's the 1-2 pitch is lined and through for a base hit. Bergnon from second is coming to the plate. The throw will be late, and it is now 3-0 Kraken. Five straight have now reached base with 2 out in the 5th. And you can hear the animation from the first base dugout where Lonestar is housed. And here comes Bill Pintard at the third base dugout. Nick Abraham, his day will be complete. We have seen J.D. Goodcase warming up for the Foresters. And Bill Pintard is going to the bullpen. We'll step aside. Kraken now lead by 3.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
J.D. Goodcase now in the ball game for the Santa Barbara Foresters, trailing 3-0 in the quarterfinal elimination game. It's first and second, 3 runs in. Josh Livingston will hit from the left side. 2 on, 2 out. 3-0 Kraken, top of 5. Here's the pitch. Taps off the first fastball, the first base side of the park. 0-1. Nick Abraham will end up going 4 2/3. 6 hits, responsible for the 2 runners on. He walked 1 and struck out 7, going 4 2/3. Right now, Goodcase looks to get out of this inning. It's 0-1. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, 0-2. So you start the bullpen action in the 5th. Goodcase did work in the bullpen game a few days back, going an inning and 2/3. Just 1 hit, no runs. He K'd 2. With 2 out and 2 on. 0-2 the count. Here comes the pitch. Is a slow roller to the second baseman. Esker charges and will get the force out. He picked up that ball and quickly trotted to second base. Couldn't have timed it any better. He scooped it up, ran over to second, got the force out, and the side is retired. But in the top of the 5th, a 3 spot for the Kraken. Stars go to the bottom of the inning. Clark, Kill, Paul next. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just 1 stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com. On to the bottom of the Finneys' 5th inning. Brenton Clark now at the plate, and Kendall Hoffman remains in this game. The pitch is lifted into right field, and a base hit. 1 pitch, and the Foresters pick up their second knock, and Clark's going to second. He's going to try to stretch it. He is safe, just barely at second base. Clark wheels his way all the way to the second station, living dangerously, and just like that, 1 pitch. And Clark's able to stretch it for a double. Right after he took a wide turn at first base, he was thinking 2 the entire time. And that is just the second hit given up by Kendall Hoffman. And a leadoff double starts the 5th for Santa Barbara. I was just about to say, what's going to be the response? You only need 1 pitch, and you have a man at second. Terrence Kill now at the plate. Here's the pitch, and that is lined into left. A base hit. Clark will go to third, and runners will be on the corners. And that is how you get back in the saddle after giving up 3 runs in the top half of the inning. After the Stars bats have been silenced by Hoffman, 2 quick hits starts the 5th. And that's going to bring up Mick Paul to hit from the left side against the right-handed pitcher. Runners on the corners and a check on Terrence Kill. And Bill Pintard The entire third base dugout looked to rally the troops, down by 3. Just in the bottom of the 5th, tying run is at the plate in this elimination game. The pitch, fastball's away, ball 1. Paul has struck out looking today. Hoffman is K'd 3. Still just through his second time through the order. Runners on the corners. Here's the 1-0, and the fastball is on the outside edge. 1-1. After Paul will be Sawyer Farr, who has been seeing the baseball exceptionally well. He already has a walk today. It's 1-1. Clark at third, Kill at first. The pitch is grounded left side. Lauterbach to his right to second. 1 out to first. The throw is wide, and a run will come in to score. Paul will reach base. Terrence Kill is a force-out victim at second, and Clark will score the first run of the day for the Foresters. 3-1 ball game, bottom of 5. A 6-4 force-out at second. Paul on a fielder's choice is aboard. And with now 1 away, man at first and a run in. Sawyer Farr at the dish for the Sturs. And now a balk being called. And Hoffman put his hands up in the air saying, what was that about? But a free 90 feet for Mick Paul on the balk with 1 out in the 5th. There was a slight motion with the shoulders that our umpiring crew did not like. Third baseman is playing in for Sawyer Farr, hitting from the left side. Here comes the pitch. Fastball is on the outside edge, 0-1. One thing Hoffman has done today is located that fastball on the outside edge really well, especially to left-handed hitters. Paul's at second, tying run at the plate. 0-1 pitch. Fastball right in that exact same spot. 0-2. After Farr, Vince Gambardella. Sturs enter this inning trailing 3-0. They have plated their first run. Man at scoring position, 1 out. But it is 0-2. Here comes the pitch to Farr. Fastball away this time. 1-2. Sturs wearing their blue tops, white bottoms, Kraken a purple top, and white pants. On a very nice day from Wichita, we appreciate you joining us. Can the Sturs bring home their second? Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Farr will go down swinging. 2 out in the 5th. Hoffman was going with the fastballs, works in the slider. Farr chases 2 away. Looking for some 2-out magic with Vince Gambardella. Vince grounded out 5-3, first time up. Here's the pitch. Fastball away, ball 1. And you can hear some cheers from the Forester bullpen cheering on Vince Gambardella. Man at second, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Check swing, fastball is down, 2-0. If you've been following us since the regular season when Gambardella has been coming to the plate, how supportive the bullpen has been for the Foresters, cheering on their man. Caught most of the bullpens this year. He sees a 2-0, locate on a slider, 2-1. And one thing, whenever the season ends for the Foresters, whether today, tomorrow, with or without the trophy on Saturday. Here's a 2-1. It's jammed and it popped up in a shallow center field with 2 out. Robert A. will move in and will make the play to retire the side. Brenton Clark had a leadoff double. He is brought home. Sturs do pick up their first run. We're through 5. 3-1, Kraken.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
On to the sixth. After we went scoreless through 4 innings, a 3 spot for the Kraken, top of 5. Santa Barbara did respond with their first run of the game. 3-1 ball game. Good case remains in this game. Here comes the first pitch from JD. Is a slider that nearly hits the right-handed batter, and it does. Preston Curtis tried to spin out of the way, but he gets a grazing blow on a slider. He will lead off the 6th inning, a hit batsman by Good Case, as 4, 5, and 6 scheduled. Curtis to reach for the second time to bring up Ethan Ho, the number 5 batter. Stars trail by 2, 1 on, nobody out. And a check to the runner. Still waiting the first pitch to Ho. The first elimination game of this tournament for the Santa Barbara Foresters were in the quarterfinals. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball in the inside half. Strike 1. The winner of this game will go on to play the winner, Lonestar Collegiate, and the Hayes Larks, which will be played at 9:30 tonight. Here's a 0-1, and that's going to miss away. Evens the count. It's Ho, and then Diego Gonzalez will be scheduled to face Good Case in this inning. The off man is aboard. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt. Nice block by Gambardella. Keeps in front of the plate. 2-1. We now see Tag Andrews lightly tossing for the Foresters down in their bullpen. And at this point, you're trailing by 2, a short leash for everyone now in the game for Bill Pintard. The way this game has gone, can't give up many more runs. 2-1. The pitch is a high fly ball drawing foul. It had the distance, but well foul. It would have been gone if it was in the yard. 2-2. And you see a number of men as well stretching out for the Foresters, getting ready if their name is called. As Good Case shakes off a couple pitches. Leadoff man reached. It's 2-2. Here's the pitch. The runner's going to take off, but the ball is fouled back to the third base on deck circle. Remains 2-2. After Ho will be Gonzalez. The Kraken, well, actually, even the first 4 innings zipped by in a blink of an eye in a long 5th. Nobody out. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and just staying alive as Ho fouls it back directly behind the plate. But the first 4 zipped by. Between the two teams, there were only 3 hits and 1 walk. Other than that, everyone was retired. Both teams turned to double play, but that 5th inning, things started to change. For both teams plating their first runs. Kraken lead 3-1. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Misses upstairs on a slider. Not by much. Full count. Curtis at first. Nobody out. Good case needs to locate. Check on the runner. He's in safely. Good case takes a moment as Ho stands back in the right-handed batter's box. 1 on. The 3-2 pitch. Runner's on the move. It's on the ground left side, and it's going to be an infield single. No throw from Sawyer Farr at short. He knocked that ball down, but the first 2 men have reached base for the Kraken in the 6th. That ball was deep in the hole on the left side of the infield. Farr did well laying out like a goalkeeper saving a penalty to his right. Knocked that ball down, but no throw, as it is an infield single. First and second, nobody out. And good case who took over for Abraham, who ended up going 4 2/3. Traffic behind him. He's facing the DH Gonzalez. The pitch is roped outside first. 0-1. Gonzalez hitting for the second time after he pinch hit from Marshall, who started this game in the DH spot. You win this game, you're playing tomorrow in the semis. You lose it, your season is completed. First and second, nobody out. It's 0-1. The pitch is lifted into left. Mick Paul will slide laterally to his right. Makes the play. Runners hold. And a big first out for J.D. Goodcase and a ground ball to try to get out of this inning. And that's going to bring up Kenner Lauterbach to hit from the right side. Some signals being flashed down from the third base coach's box. First and second. 1 away in the 6th. 3-1 Kraken lead. They're threatening. Here's the pitch. Fastball is down. Ball 1. And this game is a little bit different compared to actually both teams. Both teams have had big wins throughout this tournament, blowing out their opponents in run rule victories. Much different style here today after some good starting pitch, and his good case throws over to second. The runner's back in, no problem. And the Forsters had a nice response, back-to-back singles to start the 5th inning after just conceding 3 runs. But they only push in 1. Here comes the pitch. And the 1-0 pitch is lined straight to short, and a double play. Picking off the runner at second. Curtis was halfway to third base and lining into a double 3. He'll go down 6-4. Farr will then flip to Esker to get out of the inning. J.D. Goodcase, after allowing a hit batsman and an infield single, gets out of the inning unscathed. On to the bottom of the 6th. Miller, Esker, Chamberlain coming to the plate. Forsters trail by 2.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Bottom of 6, Foresters trail by 2 in a quarterfinal elimination game. Caden Miller will lead off. Kendall Hoffman remains in this ball game. Here's the pitch. And a changeup will miss away. Ball 1. It's going to be Miller, Esker, Chamberlain scheduled. Here's the 1-0. And the fastball will just miss away. 2-0. Miller today is a ground out to second. Gets just his second look at the starter coming in the 6th inning. Here's the 2-0. And it's located with the fastball, 2-1. 63 pitches now for Kendall Hoffman as he is through 5+. 2-1 is down. Ball 3. Foresters look for base runners. They did so in the last. Clark had a leadoff double, and then Kill followed up with a single. Here's the 3-1 pitch is lifted and out of play over the third base dugout. Full count. Again, after Miller will be Esker back to the top of the order. Big 3-2 pitch is away. Ball 4. Fantastic take from Miller. The fastball misses from Hoffman, and a leadoff walk starts the 6th. Esker to the plate, 1 on, nobody out. And Xavier does represent the tying run, and we are in the bottom of 6. Miller is at first, no outs. Here's the pitch. Esker squares around to bunts on the first base side of the hill. The pitcher off the hill to first makes the play, and X is retired on the sacrifice, so go down 1-3, and Miller to second. Good play by Hoffman to get the out at first, but down to second as Esker does his job is Miller. And that's going to give way to Chamberlain. And throughout this season, we have seen Cole, granted we're just still in the 6th inning, but come up with big swings at big moments. Stands in a man at second. He represents the tying run. The pitch is down the left field line, out of play. Just a foul. Trundles its way into the corner. 0-1. Miller's at second. 1 out. 3-2. Kraken lead, bottom of 6. Here's the pitch. Fastball's away. 1-1. After Chamberlain will be Easton Mumaw. Cole has the first hit of the day for the Santa Barbara Foresters. There have only been 3 for the designated home team. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Chop to the right side, long run from Pendle. The second baseman will flip to first to get the second out, but it is a productive ground out as Miller advances to third. So a 2-out. Miller 90 feet away from the second run of the day. 3-1 Kraken lead. The batter is Easton Mumaw. He will hit from the left side. Here's the pitch. Fastball away. Ball 1. Can the Stars bring home their second run? But with 2 out, here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball is in the dirt, and what an effort from Ethan Ho. Jumping on that ball, is down near the feet of Easton Mumaw and keeps Caden Miller at third base and a run off the scoreboard. 2-0. Hoffman behind. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. 2-1. The winds continue to hum in from right field, blown in directly to where we're sitting in the press box. 2-1 pitch to Mumaw is away. Ball 3. That's the part of the play where our home plate umpire has sometimes been calling strikes, sometimes been calling balls. Typically, we've seen Hoffman get that call. Doesn't there. 2 out, man at third. Here's a 3-1 pitch, is fouled back by Easton. Full count. You can hear some pretty vocal cheers from the first base dugout where the Kraken are housed. Tying run at the plate, Stars down by 2. Payoff pitch is just high, ball 4. Gutsy take from Mumont as Hoffman was walking off the hill. And here comes the manager out of the first base dugout with Brenton Clark coming to the plate. That looks like it's going to be it for Kendall Hoffman. The second walk of the inning given up by the starter for the Kraken. There have been men up in the Lonestar bullpen, and it looks like it's going to stay with Hoffman. Yep, he's going to stay in this game. It was a leadoff walk as Caden Miller is down to third after sacrificing a ground out. Advances him to the third station, and now Brenton Clark, who had the stretch double to lead off the last, gets his third look at the starting right-hander. First and second, tying run now at first with 2 out, bottom of 6. Hoffman from the first base side of the hill. First pitch to Brenton. Swinging away into left field, but out there is Robert Lee, and he will make the play, makes the catch, and the Foresters will come up empty. They will leave a pair stranded, and Hoffman will get out of the jam. Through 6, Kraken still on top, 3-1 over the Stars.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We are on to the 7th inning. The Kraken put up a 3 spot in the 5th. Since then, the Foresters have tacked on 1. 3-1 ball game, elimination game. Quarterfinals of the 91st NBC World Series. J.D. Goodcase remains on the hill. Here comes the first pitch to the number 8 batter. It's going to miss away on a fastball, 1-0. Robert E., Bergnon, and Simonelli will be scheduled 8-9-1 for the Kraken. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It is tapped off the right ankle of the left fielder. Painful strike 1. And so for Santa Barbara, down to the final 3 innings of this ball game. The 10-time national champs will have their backs up against the walls. Right now, a good case. He's likely on a very short leash. We see Barfield and Tag Andrews currently tossing for Santa Barbara. See how many more outs he can get before Bill Pintard will go to another bullpen arm. Right now, the leadoff man's at a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Fastball's down. Ball 2. As more blue skies continue to creep through these heavy cotton ball-looking clouds overhead. It's pretty much gray skies earlier today up until around noon. Here's the 2-1, is fouled down the left field line, out of play, and ricochets off the big warehouse building that is the player development facility here at X Stadium. 2 teams playing for their life. A chance to move on and work their way through this championship. It's 2-2 as Goodcase Fires home the pitch, and it's just tapped foul. Roll towards the first base on deck circle. So far today, Robert E. has gone 0 for 1. Gone up to third, worked a walk, scored a run. At this point, it's the winning run. He played at the second of the 3 runs in the 5th. Here's the 2-2. He spits on it, change up away, full count. And with 2 men up in the pen, including the lone lefty on the Santa Barbara pitching staff. Good case. On the third base side. 3-2 pitch is away. Ball 4. Good case loses him, and a leadoff walk starts the 7th. Good case takes a stroll behind the hill, and Bill Pintard out of the third base dugout. So far, Good case has gone an inning and a third. But that looks like it's going to be the end for JD. Tag Andrews. Looks like he'll be coming in for the Santa Barbara Foresters. He's been warming up the longest. Barfield just got up and started tossing. And we just saw Andrews stroll from where the pitchers throw to where the catchers catch in the bullpen gate. Got a high five from Zane Becker catching the pens today. As Pintard gets a temperature gauge and a pretty lengthy conversation here with him and JD and the entire infield. And the umpire comes out to break up the party, and a pretty lengthy conversation with him and Bill Pintard. And it will be a change. Tag Andrews is coming into this ball game. We'll step aside. Leadoff man is aboard. Kraken lead 3-1. Top of 7.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Tag Andrews now into this ball game for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Good case will go an inning and a third. 1 hit, responsible for the man at first. He walked 1, and no strikeouts for Good case. It's now Bergnon, the number 9 batter, hit from the right side as Andrews called on by Bill Pintard, and a check over to the runner. Nothing, still waiting the first pitch to Major Bergnon. 3-1 game, top of the 7th, Kraken on top of the Sturs. Bergnon showing bunt, corners come in. He got that high and tight. It's, as he was hunched over to bat, he fouled it off the barrel. And it was kind of coming close to his face, the high running fastball. But he just got Almost the handle to the ball. Strike one. Will he square around here? Yes, he will. Misses upstairs on a high fastball from Andrews. 1-1. The corner's playing in. Miller at first, Smoomaw third. And Barfield continuing to toss for Santa Barbara. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's to the right side. Andrews ranges off the hill, and he will flip to first base. The runner just stopped halfway down the line because Andrews, with his momentum, would have ran straight into him. So the sacrifice complete for Major Bergnon. 1-3 on the putout. Down to second. Roberty. That's going to bring around the top of the order and the man who's 2 for 3, JT Simonelli. He does have an extra base hit, a double down to the right field corner. The pitch is a big swing and a miss. He's late on the fastball. 0-1. Bottom of 7, Kill Paul Farr will be scheduled for Santa Barbara. 5, 6, and 7. Here comes the 0-1. Is fouled off behind the plate and off the All-American Club, the top level of this fine press box and facility. 0-2. Robert E. is at second with 1 out. 3-1 Kraken lead. Here's the pitch. Fastball away. Ball 1. And regardless of what happens here, the offense will need to come alive. Only 3 hits so far through 6. Andrews is ahead. The strike 2 pitch is away. Another fastball. 2-2. The first knockout game of the tournament that the Foresters are playing in. The second for the Kraken. 2-2 pitch is well away, and Gambardella does well to hop up, spring to his left, and after Tag was ahead, 0-2, 3 straight balls, full count. And at second, Chase Pendley, the number 2 batter, will be next. Full count. The pitch is away, and Andrews loses him. The fastball misses. So Andrews is phase 2. Induce the sacrifice for the first out. Loses Simonelli. First and second, 1 out. But with that walk by Andrews. And now there looks like there's an issue down at second base. The lead runner, Roberty, is taking off the helmet. He was talking with the third base coach. He's slowly walking back to first. And either injury or illness, the lead runner slowly walks with his head kind of hung down back to first base dugout, and someone's going to come in to run for him unless he was just being lifted for a pinch runner. And why you're taking me out of the game at this point, but it's going to be Micah Mellott down to run at second base as the lead runner. But with that walk, a ground ball does get out of this inning for Tag Andrews with a force out option at second. Here's the pitch. Slider's going to miss inside to Chase Pendley. First and second, 1 out. 3-1 Kraken lead. We're in the top of the 7th. Comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball upstairs, and now 6 straight balls from Andrews. He was ahead 0-2. Walked Simonelli. Falls behind 2-0. Two on, 1 out. Mirrors the pitch. Penley spits on a slider down 3-0. And with third base open, Andrews has now fired 7 straight balls, needing to find the strike zone. The lead runner is the pinch runner, Mellott. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. And Andrews allows 2 straight walks, bases loaded, and here comes Bill Pintard. Jaden Barfield has been warming up, and with just 1 out, the Kraken have a chance to push in some more runs. The entire infield will converge here with Bill Pintard. In a situation where Santa Barbara hasn't been in recently. They ended the regular season playing some very good baseball. And it looks like there's going to be a signal to the bullpen. Yes, there will be. Andrews will face 3 batters. Jaden Barfield, the lefty, is coming in with 1 out in the 7th. Bases loaded. Kraken on top 3-1. Barfield into the game. We're in the top of the 7th inning. The Santa Barbara Foresters trail by 2 runs. 3-1 Kraken lead. Bases are loaded, filled with Kraken. With 1 out on the scoreboard, Jaden Barfield, the lone lefty available for Santa Barbara, is coming into the game. Andrews will face 3 batters, record 1 out. You walked 2. And Barfield trying to get out of this jam. Can he find a ground ball and let this middle infield go to work? Remember, even regardless, if it remains a 3-1 game, the Forster Bats have only amassed 3 hits to push in 1 run. And Barfield gathers himself behind the hill. All 3 men that have reached base in this inning have been walked by Santa Barbara pitching. It's now Josh Livingston to hit from the left side against the lefty Barfield. Here's the pitch. Slider will miss inside. Ball 1. And this could be the pivotal inning that decides who wins and loses this game. Bases loaded, 1 out. Barfield, 1-0 pitch is lined into right field and falling for a base hit from third base. The pinch runner will score, and it is now 4-1 Kraken lead. Three straight men have reached base for the Kraken, and the bases remain loaded. 4-1 ball game. Top of the 7th. That's going to bring up Preston Curtis, the number 4 batter. Bases remain juiced. 1 out. Now a 3-run lead for Lonestar. Here's the pitch. Fastball is away. Ball 1. Curtis today, he has 1 hit. He's 1 for 2. He's also been hit by a pitch. Can Barfield get out of this jam? A ground ball, 1-0. Fastball on the outside corner. Ball and a strike. The base is filled with Kraken. They've already pushed in 1 run. This is the 3rd pitcher of the ball of this inning alone. 1-1 is lifted over the first base dugout, foul and out of play. And strike 2 on Preston Curtis. Remember, in the bottom of the inning, 5, 6, 7 will be scheduled for the Sturs. Just a question of what's going to be the deficit. Right now it's 3. The bases loaded, 1 away. Barfield ahead in the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. The fastball got him. 2 out in the 7th. Massive K for Jaden Barfield. That's going to bring up Ethan Ho to hit from the right side against the lefty Jaden. Now just 1 ground ball with the infield plane back to get out of this inning. The pitch, change up away, ball 1. The lead runner is JT Simonelli. 4-1 Kraken lead. Barfield looks for a ground ball. The 1-0 is down the 3rd baseline. Fair, and catching it and fielding it and touching 3rd base is Easton Mumaw. A bouncer. They get the force out to get Pendley at 3rd base for the force out, and Jaden Barfield limits the damage to just 1 run. Good stuff from Barfield, and we're going to the bottom of the 7th. 4-1 Kraken lead.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a 3rd-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Bottom of the 7th inning. The Foresters, the designated home team, trail by 3 runs. 4-1 Kraken lead. As Terrence Kill, Mick Paul, and Sawyer Farr will be coming to the plate. The Kraken were able to tack on 1 additional run in the top half of this inning, but it could have been a lot worse. Jaden Barfield came in with the bases loaded, 1 away. Does allow 1 run to come in, but limits the damage. You're down by 3. You have 9 outs to play with. Here comes the first pitch for Kill. Takes a fastball on the inside half, 0-1. So the new arm is Brett Foss to take over for the starter Hoffman, who went 6. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball away, 1-1. Terrence has one of the 3 hits today for the Sturs. That's when Brenton Clark and TK went back-to-back. There's the next pitch. It's popped up into foul ground, and the first baseman slides over, makes the play. Livingston, halfway between the chalk line and the plain surface wall, will make the squeeze, and TK will foul out to first. 1 out. So with 1 away, Nick Paul comes to the plate. Base is clear, 1 away. We're in the bottom of 7. Kraken have a 4-1 lead. Here comes the first pitch to Mick. As Paul swings away, lifts it down the left field line, and it will draw foul. Rather, slice foul off Paul's bat. 0-1. Paul reached on a fielder's choice earlier today. He's also struck out. An injunction in this ball game for the Foresters, needing base runners badly. Here's an 0-1. Fastball's away. Evens the count. The winner of this game will go on tomorrow to play the winner later tonight against the Hayes-Larks and the Lonestar Baseball Club. Here's the 1-1. Fastball, rather it's the changeup, just misses away. 2-1. The right-hander Voss working against the lefty bat of Paul. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. Fastball away. 2-1. Rather, now 3-1. After Paul will be Sawyer Farr. And Farr's gone 0-1. Does have a walk, but remember, fresh off that 3-for-3 game, 3 extra base hits. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and on the outside corner, borderline call. It's called a strike. Paul turned his head, thought he probably had base on balls. It's a full count. Here comes a 3-2 pitch to Paul. On its way, and it is a ball 4. Fastball missing away at the knees, and a 1-out walk for Mick. Paul's aboard. That's going to bring up Sawyer Farr. And remember, it's a 4-1 lead for the Kraken. Foresters have time, but needing base runners. Farr will hit from the left side as the switch hitter against Brett Foss. Here's the pitch, and he chops it towards the first base dugout. 0-1. The winds continue to push in from right field, maybe blowing a little bit more towards the first base dugout rather than straight into home plate. Shifting a little bit more in from center field straight away rather than over the right field wall. Still heavy clouds overhead. In the low 80s, a little bit of humidity. 0-1 as Sawyer will rope it into right. It's a base hit. Falling in front of Simonelli. And 2 on, 1 out to bring up Vince Gambardella. Big time clutch knock for Sawyer Farr at the Foresters season on the line. Gambardella to hit for the 3rd time today. Ground out to 3rd, fly out to left. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Tying run now at the plate for the Sturs. Here's the pitch. He spits on a changeup. Ball 1. Misses away to the lefty bat. The infield is playing back. The 3rd baseman, Bergnon, is playing in a fraction, but everyone else double play depth. 1-0 is up the middle, straight to locker box. Touch the second, on to first to turn 2. A 6-3 double play, and the Sturs at 2 on, 1 out will come up empty. We're through 7. Kraken lead 4-1.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We're on to the 8th. An elimination game, quarterfinals, 91st NBC World Series. Jaden Barfield remains in this game. He came in and got out of the jam, only limited it to 1 run with the bases loaded. 1 out. He will face 6, 7, and 8. Here's the pitch. In a lefty-lefty matchup, it's chopped outside third. Strike 1. Objective now for Barfield. Have to put up a 0 here. And the Sturge will have 9-1 and 2 scheduled in the bottom of the inning. Here's the pitch. It's fluttered up in the infield. Barfield off the hills, called off by Muma, who will make the squeeze from third halfway down the third base line. 1 out. Big first out for Barfield. And after the Sturge grounded into that 6-3 double play, feel the emotion sucked out of that third base dugout down to our left from where we're sitting. 4-1 Kraken lead, top of the 8th, 1 out, bases clear. Here's the pitch to the man who scooped at the initial ground ball. Lauterbach fouls off the first pitch to the right of the booth. 0-1. Infield playing back, corners in more at the middle of the infield depth. 0-1. Spits on a breaking ball. 1-1. After Lauterbach, Micah Malott came in a pinch run in the last inning. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Good pitch from Barfield. 1-2. The Santa Barbara Foresters, the 10-time NBC champs. Currently trailing in their first knockout game of this tournament. 1 out. It's 1-2. The pitch is a breaking ball lifted into left. A base hit. A 1-out knock for Kenner Lauterbach. And he is his second hit of the ball game. You see Andrew Gardino now tossing for Santa Barbara, along with Steele Eves. Gardino's been stretching and lightly tossing, and Eves currently up and lightly tossing, getting ready. 1 on, 1 out for the number 8 hitter, Micah Malott, who will take a fastball away. Good take for ball 1. Barfield looking to keep it scoreless game. Comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Had him fooled on the breaking ball. 1-1. Wind continuing to blow in from right and shifting a little bit more towards the third base dugout. Hindering any ball hitting the air into right. Both 1 on 1 out, Kraken by 3. Comes the 1-1 pitch. Is roped down the left field line, foul, and drifts into the Forster bullpen for strike 2. Can Barfield find a ground ball to turn 2? Take us to the bottom of the inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Check to the runner. Barfield, a lefty, staring down at Lauterbach at first base. Barfield, make sure he gets on the same page as Vince Gambardella. A long hill hold on the center of the hill. We'll step off and throw over to first. It is 1-2. A 1-out knock by Lauterbach. He is at first. Mike Malott from the right side. Waiting the 1-2 pitch from Barfield. Here it is. Fastball is on the outside corner. Called strike 3. 2 out in the 8th. Malott will go down looking in his first plate appearance. Strikeout number 2 for Barfield. But a huge second out in the inning. Remember, the Stars will have 9 1-2 scheduled, bottom of 8. Here's the pitch with 2 out, 1 on. Major Bergnon sees a fastball away, 1-0. Bergnon, 1 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down the chute, 1-1. Barfield trying to work around this 1-out base hit. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball is down. 2-1. Remember, this is just the first of 4 games in the quarterfinals that will be played today, and it's going to be a late night for a lot of these teams playing the rest of the quarterfinals, approaching 4 o'clock local time. 2-1 is a broken bat and line straight to short to end the inning. Sawyer Farr was right there, fielded it right in front, right at ground level. The shattered bat and the 3rd out of the top of the 8th. But it is a 4-1 Kraken lead. The Stars have 6 outs to play with, trailing by 3.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Last of the 8th. Forsters trail by 3. Coming to the plate, Caden Miller, Xavier Esker, Cole Chamberlain. 9-1-2 schedule as Brett Foss remains in this game. Here's the pitch, and the fastball is going to miss down Ball 1 to Caden. The Santa Barbara Foresters going to make their way into this game. Who's going to be that catalyst? 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss right through the fastball. Evens the count 1-1. There's been 4 hits so far today for Santa Barbara. Farr had one in the last. Then the ground ball turned into a double play. 1-1. Missing away another fastball from Foss. 2-1. Bottom of the 8th, Foresters trail by 3. Comes a 2-1 pitch to Miller. Checks the swing on a breaking ball down. 3-1. Middle infielders playing on the outfield grass, playing deep in the middle. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Towering fly ball, drawing foul and out of play. Full count on Caden Miller, who today is grounded out to second. Worked a leadoff walk, which was back in the 6th. He was ended up being stranded at third base. Can you work a leadoff walk once again? It's 3-2. Here comes the pitch. Ball 4. Changeup misses away. And Miller, a big base on balls to bring around the top of the order, and Xavier Esker. Try to at least get one run here and make things interesting in the 9th. Brett Foss, who took over in the 7th, just gave up his second walk of his outing. Here comes the first pitch. The right-handed hitter, Esker, takes a slider in the dirt. Ball 1. There is a right-hander up in the pen for the Kraken. Sturs needing runs, trailing by 3. 6 outs to play with. Here's the 1-0. Sliders down and away. Nice take from X. 2-0. And here comes one of the coaches at the first base dugout for the Kraken. The entire infield will converge for Lonestar. After the leadoff walk, it's back to the top of the order in Esker. And it's just a quick conversation with Matthew Hedrick. Rather, Spencer Kuhn warming up in the pen. A right-hander. So a quick conversation for the Kraken. Sturs down by 3. 1 on, no out. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Chop to third base. This might be 2. Flips 1 out onto first. Double play. 6-4-3. And that erases the leadoff walk. 2 out and the base is clear. After the leadoff walk, the 6-4-3 double play. And the base is now clear. We have seen a number of double plays turned by this infield for the Kraken. Line into a double play in the first, in the last inning, and now here in the 8th. 2 out, base is clear. First pitch to Chamberlain. He skies it into left. But that ball is drifting. Miloff is there, and it's off the base of the wall. Chamberlain will cruise into second base. That ball continued to ride the wind that has since shifted over the head of Milot, the left fielder, and a 2-out double for the Foresters. Looks like that ball, he got underneath it, but it continued to fly and drift and landed right at the base of the wall. And Chamberlain has his second knock, his first hit since the opening inning. It's a 3-run game. Foresters with 2 out in the bottom of the 8th. Trail by 3. Batter is Mumaw. The pitch spits on a slider. 1-0. Andrew Gardino is currently tossing. You might expect him to enter in the 9th. 1-0 the count for Easton. Here comes the pitch. into right field drawing, and that ball is down into the corner. Extra bases coming for Easton Moomaw. Chamberlain will score with ease, and an RBI double for Easton Moomaw. He will go in standing, and the Foresters have made it a 2-run game in the 8th. Back-to-back doubles for the Foresters. And here comes the coach out of the first base dugout. And that looks like it's going to be it for Brett Foss. Going to the bullpen will step aside. The Foresters just brought home their 2nd run. Moomaw's at 2nd. Tying run coming to the plate in the form of Brenton Clark. Back after this in the 8th.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Foresters are bringing the tying run to the plate. Bottom of the 8th, they trail by 2. At 2nd is Moomaw. The batter is Brenton Clark. Hit from the left side. Here's the pitch. As Brenton spits on a fastball down. Ball 1. The new arm will be Spencer Kuhn. Right-hander takes over for Brett Foss, who goes an inning and 2/3. Brenton represents the tying run with 1-1 in the 8th. Here's a 1-0 pitch and a high fly ball into right. Going back, going gone, and we are tied. Brenton Clark over the right field fence has tied us in the 8th inning. Oh my goodness. Clark is coming to the plate, met by Terrence Kill and Easton Moomaw. And just like that, we are tied at 4. Brenton Clark, what a time to have your first home run of the season. Tied game in the 8th. And it's now Terrence Kill. Checks his swing with a fastball inside. Unbelievable. Here's the next pitch. Fastball up 2-0. With 2 out after there was a leadoff walk. There was a double play. Bases empty. A double home run. Tied game. 2-0 pitch is inside, and Kill is ahead 3-0. Here comes a 3-0 pitch, not competitive inside, ball 4 in Santa Barbara. With a snap of your fingers, have the go-ahead run now on base with 2 out in the 8th. Three straight extra base hits and now a walk. And Spencer Kuhn put into this ball game, gives up the home run, now the walk. We are tied at 4 to bring up Mick Paul. 2-0 pitch, fastball up 2-0. With 2 out after there was a leadoff walk. There was a double play. Bases empty. A double home run. Tied game. 2-0 pitch is inside, and Hits from the left side against the right-hand reliever. Here's the pitch. Fastball's on the outside edge. Strike one. Brenton Clark, by the way, his second extra base hit of the day, had a double to lead off the fifth, has tied us. Next pitch, away, 1-1. And when we see Terrence Kill with his speed, if Paul's able to put something in plays, Bill Pintard comes out of the third base dugout to talk things over with Mick Paul and also Sawyer Farr, who's on deck, part of this conversation. The Stars entered this inning down by 3. We are now tied. Brenton Clark, who has been known for getting on base day in and day out, just deposited his first home run over the right field fence this summer. So the conversation complete. Mick Paul is at a 1-1 count, kill at first, 2 out. Comes the pitch. Fastball misses away at the knees, 2-1. Spencer Coombe has struggled since entering this game. 2-1 pitch is fouled off and out of play to the left over the third base dugout, 2-2. Paul has gone 0 for 2. He has struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, worked a walk. Go ahead run now on base. A gap shot would likely steal. Score Terrence Kill. 2-2 pitch is into center field over to his left and making a diving play. No, that ball is down. The center fielder can't make the play. Paul down to second base, and it's now second and third, 2 out in the 8th. Preston Curtis made a diving play to his left, and it'll go down as a double for Mick Paul. And here comes the manager for the Kraken. The Foresters were trailing by 3 runs, and they now have second and third, and the Kraken are going to the bullpen for the second time this inning. Paul aboard on a double, Kill representing the go-ahead run 90 feet away. What a ball game this has turned into. We'll step aside, 2 on, 2 out, tied game in the 8th.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Bottom of the 8th. The new arm will be a lefty, Trent Collier, to take over. Tied game, and the Foresters have pushed in 3, and they have runners at second and third. Sawyer Farr, the switch hitter, will hit from the right side against the lefty reliever. Here's the pitch. Farr squared around to bunt, pulls it back, and a ball upstairs. Remember, Terrence Kill is at third, one of the best runners on this team. As now Ethan Ho, the catcher, and Trent Collier will have a quick conversation on the hill. You stepped away for a moment. Well, you've missed a lot. Foresters were trailing by 3 runs. At a leadoff walk, they grounded into a double play. A double by Chamberlain, RBI double for Mumaw, made it 4-2. A 2-run homer by Clark, and then a walk, and then another double to put runners at second and third, 2 out. Go-ahead run 90 feet away, and Steele Eves now warming up for the Santa Barbara Foresters, their closer. 1-0. Big swing from Sawyer. He wanted that one back. Gazed up to the heavens, fanned on it 1-1. Third baseman is playing in. Rest of the infield double play depth. Can Farr put the Foresters on top. 1-1 pitch. Fastball away. 2-1. And after that ground ball double play, all the energy sucked out of the park for Santa Barbara. 3 straight extra base hits, now a chance to take the lead. The lead runner is Kill with 2 out. 2-1 pitch to Farr. Upstairs, ball 3. After Sawyer, Vince Gambardella is scheduled. But Zane Becker stands on deck. But right now it's all about Sawyer Farr. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Farr was about to toss the lumber. Fastball just clips the inner portion. Tied game in the 8th. Go ahead run at third. With 2 out, Trent Collier facing the first man. He's out of the bullpen. 3-2. Here's the pitch, and Farr will foul it outside first base. Stays alive. He was jammed. A good swing from Sawyer. Stay alive. So now at this tied game, Steele Eves will be coming into this ball game one way or another if his team's up or if we remain tied at 4. But can Farr bring home Terrence Kill, the lead runner, to take the lead? 2 down. Collier, it's 3-2. Here's the pitch, and ball 4. Fastball misses, and Farr is aboard, base on balls. And that's going to bring up Zane Becker. He's going to hit for the first time. Added the 8th spot and take over the catching duties. Gambardella started this game. It's now Becker. Foresters entered this inning trailing by 3. It's now tied. Go ahead run 90 feet away. Bases loaded. 2 out. Quarterfinal action. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Massive cut from Zane. Late on the fastball. 0-1. Becker is the 8th batter, rather the 9th batter of this inning. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Fastball misses away. Great take. 1-1. Can Zane put something in play? Put the Foresters on top. 1-1 pitch. Big cut, chasing the high fastball, strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 out. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Becker's going to strike out. The fastball from Collier. And the Foresters will leave the bases loaded, but they have tied the game. 3 straight extra base hits. Brenton Clark, a 2-run homer, has tied it, and we're on to the 9th. Steele Eves coming in for Santa Barbara.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We are on to the 9th inning. Tied ball game. And the closer for Santa Barbara, Steele Eves, into this game. Tied at 4. He'll face the top of the order. Comes the first pitch to Simonelli, as a changeup will miss away. Eves did pitch in the last game that the Foresters played. Pitched the last inning. Here's the 1-0. It's sprayed over the third base dugout. 1-1. Eves takes over after Barfield. Will end up going an inning and 2/3. Steele is the fourth man out of the pen today. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball is gonna hit him. A hit batsman starts the 9th. Simonelli is aboard for the 4th time today. He's 2 for 3, a walk. Now hit by a pitch. It was a grazing blow right near the feet. It was a fastball from Eves, spiked. And it looks like it got the back trailing foot of Simonelli. So Eves is going to have to work around the leadoff batter. Chase Pendley will now be at the plate. And Eves, when he last worked in the Forster game against Lonestar Collegiate, struck out 2 in that final inning. Did walk 1, but he checks over to the man at first base, still awaiting the first pitch, the number 2 batter, Pendley. Winner of this game moves on. The loser, their season is done. Top of the 9th, leadoff man is aboard. First pitch, the number 2 batter. Slider misses upstairs for ball 1. This is going to be Eves' game. He's 1-0 on the year with 4 saves. 1-0 pitch. Chop down the third base line, charging in. Mumaw bare hands. The throw will get away from Miller at first. Down to third goes Simonelli, and he will stop at third base. And down to second goes Chase Pendley. And just like that, top of 9, 2 now into scoring position. That ball went trickling down the third base line. Mumaw charged in. The throw was wide. We'll see how it's scored. It's going to go down as an error on Santa Barbara. Tied game in the 9th. Nobody out. And Eves is going to call times. He's going to face Josh Livingston. A 2-base error on the Santa Barbara Foresters. Right after the Foresters had all the momentum, putting up 2 runs to tie the game in the 8th. The infield is playing in. Second and third, nobody out. Everything's coming to the plate. Livingston hit from the left side. Here's the pitch. The number 3 batter in his first pitch that he sees will miss away on a fastball at 94, and Eves is juiced. Season on the line for both teams, top of the 9th. 1-0 pitch to the right side, and the runner will hold up. Miller is able to stare him back to third base. It was a one-hopper to Caden. And it'll go down as 3 unassisted. You saw the runner at third, Simonelli, drift off a third, and Caden held his ground, stared him back to third, and a huge first out for Santa Barbara. Runners remain at second and third, 1 away. That's going to bring up Preston Curtis. Second and third, 1 out. Infield in. Tied game, top of 9. Here's the pitch. Fastball is fouled back. It was a slider from Eves. 0-1. You've seen Eves a lot. Start with his off-speed stuff. Start with the slider to Curtis. With 1 out, 2 on. Comes the 0-1 pitch. It is lifted off behind the first base dugout. And quickly Eves ahead, 0-2. Simonelli, the lead runner, was hit by a pitch. Then a 2-base error allowed Penley to get to second. And the lead runner got down to third. Eves is ahead with 1 out. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Lifted into right. Brenton Clark is going back from third base. Simonelli is tagging up. The throw is going to be cut off, and it's going to be a sac fly, and the Kraken in the top of the 9th have taken a 5-4 lead over the Foresters. Kraken lead. Penley, who is at second, does advance to third. Sac fly for the number 4 batter. Kraken lead 5-4 and brings up Mason Ho. The pitch in the dirt on a slider, 0-1. So once again, the Foresters will be trailing going into the bottom half of an inning. It's going to be Miller, Esker, Chamberlain scheduled. 1-0 pitch with 2 out is sprayed over the first base dugout, 1-1. Ethan Ho today has gone 1 for 4. Runner at third, 2 out. 5-4 Kraken lead. Comes the 1-1 pitch from Eves. Fastball is jammed and slicing over the first base dugout once again for strike 2. Eves looking for one more good pitch. Let's take us to the bottom of the 9th. Foresters just down by 1. Runner well off of third base, but the 1-2 pitch home is into left center field, and Kill can't make the play. The center fielder dove for it. A run's coming in, and down to second goes Ethan Ho, and it is now a 6-4 Kraken lead. Kill went for the diving catch out in the gap. Just past his glove. And after the Foresters just put up 2 in the bottom of 8, the Kraken respond with 2 runs of their own in the 9th. 6-4 Lonestar lead as Ethan Ho a 2-out double to bring up Diego Gonzalez. 2-run Kraken lead as this ball is lined straight to Sawyer Farr at short. But 2 runs come in the top of the 9th. The Forester season is on the line. They trail by 2. Caden Miller, Xavier Esker, Cole Chamberlain coming up.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Well, here we go. Bottom of 9. Knockout game in the quarterfinals of the NBC World Series. The Santa Barbara Foresters will be coming to the plate. Last to the 9th, trailing by 2 runs. Miller, Esker, Chamberlain coming up. Here comes the first pitch, and that's chopped outside first. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. Remember, there's a lefty in this ballgame, Trent Collier. Looking to close out this game with his team putting up 2 massive runs, top half of the frame. Foresters look to get their leadoff man aboard. It's 0-1. Here's the pitch. The slider will be front-doored for strike 2. Xavier Esker will be next, but Miller quickly behind 0-2. Here's the pitch, and called strike 3. Another slider. Miller is frozen, and he goes down on 3 pitches. Miller led off the last inning with a walk. And the Foresters down to their final 2 outs of this season. Santa Barbara Foresters won their group, going 3-0. And the Kraken won their first round game yesterday. But here is Esker. 1 out, the pitch. Big swing and a miss on a high fastball, 0-1. Just find a way to have someone reach base, bring the tying run to the plate. We've already seen Brenton Clark leave the yard to tie us. That was back in the last inning. Here's the 0-1. And quickly, Esker behind 0-2. Chasing a high fastball. And Esker, just like Miller, is going to have to shorten up. Base is clear, 1 out. 0-2 pitch is fouled back. Esker is jammed and fouls it behind the plate. 0-2. After Esker will be Colt Chamberlain. Should anyone reach, Easton Mumaw. Those were the bats that got it done in the last inning. But right now it's 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It was a fastball. 2 away. And Colt Chamberlain will come to the plate for the Santa Barbara Foresters as they are down to the final out of their season. The heroics in the 8th by Brenton Clark to tie the game. The Kraken put up 2 runs in the top half of this inning, and with 2 out, bases clear, the first pitch to Chamberlain. Fastball will miss away, ball 1. And Mumaw will be next, should Chamberlain reach. Cole has gone 2 for 4 today. Stirs down to their final out. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 1-1. Trent Collier, the left-handed reliever, against the left-handed bat of Chamberlain. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball nearly hits him. Did it? Yes, it did. Chamberlain was grazed on the elbow, and the home plate umpire saying that did not hit you, and Chamberlain now saying that hit me on the elbow and showing him the mark, and Bill Pintard furious out of the third base dugout. This is going to be interesting. Home plate umpire was saying go back to the dugout. Chamberlain was throwing off the Evo shield, saying it grazed him. And Pintard will be ushered back to the third base dugout, and the crew will come together, and that's what the manager was saying for the Foresters. Come together and talk about it. Chamberlain was, it looked like right above his right elbow. Again, that's the outside half. He bats from the left side, saying it hit me right here. And yes, they're going to give him first base. And Chamberlain continues the inning and the season for Santa Barbara. Hit by a pitch with 2 out, the bottom of the 9th. And that's going to bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Easton Mumaw. Remember, he just had the RBI double down to the right field corner. And Trent Collier will now have to face Mumaw, who represents the tying run. Foresters trail 4-6, bottom of 9, 1 on, 2 out. Here comes the first pitch. It's fouled back by Easton. Looked like on a slider for strike 1. Forester season on the line. The game right now is at the plate. With 2 out, it's 0-1. Here comes the pitch to Mumaw. Fastball is inside, 1-1. Should somehow Easton get aboard, Brenton Clark, who is just the hero, is on deck. With 2 out, 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss on the fastball. Fanned on it for strike 2. And the Foresters down to their final strike of this season. Mumaw representing the tying run at the plate with 2 out in a 2-run game. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. And the ball game is over. The Santa Barbara Foresters will lose in the quarterfinals to the Lonestar Kraken. And the season will be over for the Santa Barbara Foresters. A game in which the Foresters went down early, showed incredible resolve in the bottom of the 8th inning. To tie the game, you had the bases loaded, couldn't bring home the go-ahead run. You had the tying run at the plate in the 9th, and you come up 2 runs short. They are knocked out in the quarterfinals of the 91st NBC World Series. And one thing about this team, if you're around them long enough, you'll see how tight this unit is, as they just played their final game of this season. From day 1, there was a long road trip for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Started with 6 games straight that was cut to 5 due to a game being postponed. And you saw in the opening days and the opening weeks how tight this team got. A team that played day in and day out such good baseball and so many late game heroics as they did here this afternoon in Wichita, Kansas. You are able to tie the game trailing into the 8th inning, but you end up coming up 2 runs short against the Lonestar Kraken in a tough way to end the season for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Now the third base dugout. Their year will be over, and the Hall of Fame manager Bill Pintard and the 10-time Santa Barbara Foresters will have to wait till at least next year to try to claim title number 11. Well, we appreciate you sticking with us throughout home games and on the road. We really do, and the Santa Barbara Foresters, just not their day, and they come up late, come up short late in the 9th inning. What a year it was. And this group that got so tight just come up short. They're all down in the dugout and also in the bullpen. And one last note, you saw throughout the season, players like Vince Gambardella not get a whole lot of run at the plate. Live game situations, again, going back to that camaraderie, how supportive the bullpen has been this entire season. How tight of a group it is. We'll come up short here in Wichita. We'll have to wait till next year. Once again, the final score is a 6-4 lead for the Lonestar Kraken, and for the final time this year, for the entire team, the entire staff, I am Hunter Shoemake saying so long from Wichita and so long to Forester Baseball until next season. We appreciate you sticking with us. Have a good day.
Foresters.